Have you seen Caitlin Clark's latest training video? It's not just another practice clip, it's a game changer. Clark is stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable than ever.
With the new tangible, she just put in her bag. Kayla's going to be unguardable. And if you do try to box her in like you did on the Christie side, guess what? You're going to open up the whole court. She's going to be an assist distributing machine.
Arms are visibly bigger, her shots deadlier, and her moves smoother. This isn't just a workout, it's a statement. Clark 2.0 is here, and she's putting the league on notice. With her new strength, she's set to dominate in ways we haven't seen before. Try to box her in, and she'll open up the court like never before, dishing out assists with ease. And if you thought she was a scoring threat last season, just wait. Teaming up with coach Stephanie White,
Caitlin Clark is about to give her a run for her money. With this footage, with what I'm seeing, I'm telling you right now, Caitlin Clark is going to be the best player in the W by the end of the 2025 season. I'm saying it right here, and I'm saying it right now.
Clark is taking her game to the next level. Fans are already buzzing, and for good reason. She's laser-focused on getting stronger, particularly in the weight room, and it's paying off. I focus on getting stronger and staying in the gym, Clark has said, and her dedication is showing. But it's not just about the added muscle. This strength is a game-changer in every sense. Remember when defenders could push her around? Not anymore. The extra power lets her absorb contact like it's nothing, making her drives to the rim unstoppable. And it's not just about brute force, her stronger arms and core give her the stability to shoot with even greater accuracy. She was already a nightmare to guard, now, she's nearly uncontainable. Clark's evolution doesn't stop at physical strength. She's also honing her mid-range game, becoming the ultimate triple threat. Whether it's draining deep threes, slicing through defenses, or hitting clutch mid-range shots, she's got all the tools to dominate. Mark your calendar for May 17th. That's when the season opener against Chicago will reveal if Clark 2.0 lives up to the hype. But from everything we've seen in these training videos, one thing is clear, Caitlin Clark isn't just...
She's going to have to play through contact. She's going to have to create her own space. She's going to have to finish through the contact.
Just getting better, she's transforming into something the WNBA has never seen before. Caitlin Clark is leveling up in every way possible. Known for her incredible three-point shooting, she's now adding a deadly mid-range jumper to her arsenal. With coach Stephanie White's guidance, Clark is mastering floaters, pull-ups, and tough shots through contact, making her an even more unstoppable force on the court. But here's the game changer, this new mid-range ability isn't just another tool, it's the missing piece that turns Clark into a true triple threat. Think about it. She can already drain threes from deep and finish at the rim with ease. Now, she's adding a precision mid-range jumper, making her virtually unguardable. If you play her up close, she'll blow past you. Give her space, and she'll sink a three. And if you hedge in between? That mid-range game will punish you every time. Clark's been working on the fundamentals, focusing on the in-between skills that were once seen as a weak spot. Floaters, finishing, and shooting off both feet with either.
I love the fact that Caitlin Clark is working on like all-footed stuff. All-footed stuff with both hands. Like she's not out there practicing stuff that she doesn't need to practice. Obviously, she's still getting shots up and stuff. But it's like, work on your weaknesses. Work on your weaknesses and work on the important weaknesses. Like her finishing and her ability to kind of shoot that floater, that mid-range, the in-between game. Not shoot long twos, but everything about the in-between game was the biggest downside for her.
Either hand, she's sharpening every aspect of her game. How do you guard someone like that? The answer is simple, you can't. While Clark's physical skills are growing, the real transformation is happening in her mindset. Her confidence, built over years of proving herself, is unshakable. From her Iowa days to now, that self-belief has always been her secret weapon. Clark's confidence didn't just appear overnight, it's been a lifelong process. As a kid, she wasn't just playing basketball with boys, she was outplaying them. While others her age were worried about fitting in, Clark was focused on showing she belonged. That early experience shaped her into the fearless player we see today. Competing against older, stronger players taught her toughness and resilience. She didn't back down from challenges, she rose to meet them. And here's the thing, Clark didn't just gain confidence from her wins, she grew stronger from her failures. I think that's what drove me, Clark has said. I failed a lot because people were older or better, and I couldn't stand that. Every setback became motivation, every challenge a chance to improve. This mental edge, the combination of talent, toughness, and unwavering self-belief, is what separates great players from the rest. Clark isn't just aiming to dominate, she's redefining what's possible on the court. Caitlin Clark has always had the it factor. Her childhood experiences didn't just sharpen her basketball skills, they built an unshakable confidence. The kind of confidence that lets her sink game-winning shots without hesitation and step up as a leader both on and off the court. Now, she's bringing that same confidence to the WNBA, and if you thought her rookie season was impressive, just wait, she's gearing up for championship-level play. And behind her? A coach who knows exactly how to unlock her potential, Stephanie White. Ever wonder what happens when you pair a rising star with a coach who's been to the mountaintop? We're about to find out. White, a former WNBA champion, has walked into the Fever's locker room with a plan to not only elevate Clark's game but also transform the entire team. White isn't just any coach, she's a winner with a proven track record. Remember when she took the Indiana Fever to the WNBA Finals in her first season as head coach back in 2015? That's the level of expertise and leadership she's bringing back to Indiana. And here's a fun twist, White wore the same uniform and number that Clark wears today. Talk about history coming full circle. But White isn't just focused on Clark, her vision extends to the entire team. Turning around a team that finished 10-26 last season is no small feat, but White's approach is all about building.
Stephanie White is not taking a second away from getting in the lab and helping Caitlin Clark develop her game even more. Experience is the best teacher.
Relationships and developing players from the inside out. She doesn't bark orders or stick to rigid systems. Instead, she sits down with players, especially Clark, and asks, "What do you want to improve? Where do you want to grow?" This collaborative coaching style is exactly what the Fever need to rebuild and thrive. White's philosophy.
Now, we know Stephanie White is a player's coach because she actually played the game. And not only did she actually play the game, she played for the exact same uniform Caitlin is playing for today with the exact same number. This, my friends, is going to be one hell of a 2025 season.
Is simple, let players play. She doesn't want a team of robots running set plays, she wants athletes who can make plays. Her mantra? We want to make plays, not run plays. By giving her players the freedom to trust their instincts, White is unleashing their creativity.
It's our job then as coaches to continue to put them in positions to succeed, and our job as a franchise to put the pieces around them that will fill some of the gaps and fill some of the holes. And ultimately our goal is to win championships and to hang banners.
And Clark is primed to take full advantage of this open system. This season isn't just about individual stats or personal accolades. It's about building a team ready to compete at the highest level. With White's leadership and Clark's talent leading the charge, the Fever are poised for a 2025 season that could surprise everyone.
What's your approach when you're coaching greatness like that?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, just talking basketball, right? Just having general basketball conversations. About what she's watching, what she likes, what are some of the things that what are some of her thoughts from, not just what the Indiana Fever have done, but from the game of basketball in general.
The Indiana Fever are making waves, and coach Stephanie White is leading the charge with a fresh strategy that's all about smart matchups and giving players room to shine. Her play calls create space, letting the team decide their next moves in real time. It's structured freedom. Players have options but stick to a system designed to maximize their.
I also want our players to use their instincts and to play free. We want to make plays, not run plays, right? We want to have sets that give us certain spacing that we want depending upon our rotations, who's on the floor, who we want to attack, what matchups we want to get to, how can we manipulate them. So we'll have certain play calls that just give us space to operate, and then whichever play we make, whichever pass we make determines, one of three actions that our players can read from. And so really giving them the freedom to play within a system.
Skills. White brings cutting-edge experience from her time with the Connecticut Sun, where she turned them into a powerhouse in just 2 years. Now, she's using those same techniques with the Fever, transforming the team into what feels like a basketball lab. And her standout project? Caitlin Clark. White has been
started watching Caitlin Clark when she was in the 8th grade when I was at Vanderbilt.
How about
and then I called a lot of her games in college when she was at Iowa. And so I've really watched her continue to learn and grow, and I have great relationships with her college coaches and had multiple conversations with them throughout the course of her career about what the next steps would be, right?
Clark since her middle school days and followed her through a stellar college career at Iowa. Through close conversations with her college coaches, White helped shape the next steps for Clark's growth. With White's guidance, Clark isn't just improving as an individual, she's becoming the cornerstone of a team poised to contend for a championship. And Clark isn't doing it alone. She's surrounded by an exciting core, starting with Kelsey Mitchell, a two-time All-Star with a deadly shot from anywhere on the court. Mitchell's quick release pairs perfectly with Clark's playmaking, creating a nightmare matchup for defenders. Add Aaliyah Boston, last season's Rookie of the Year, to the mix.
Rookie of the Years and what each of those players have done up until this point for their universities, in the game of basketball, for the women's basketball culture and community. It's unprecedented. And to be able to work with those guys and Kelsey Mitchell, who I think has weathered the storm of Indiana Fever basketball, and I felt like had the best year of her career, this year. And really, when you think about teams, you think about a core three, right? You think about a big three, and to be able to work with that big three, and continue to work and put pieces around them to compete for a championship, back in my home state, it couldn't have aligned any better.
Boston dominates the boards and provides Clark with a reliable inside option that forces opponents to pick their poison. Then there's Lexi Hull, a versatile player known for her lockdown defense and ability to create space for teammates. These players gained valuable playoff experience last season, and they're hungry to grow, win.
And these players got great experience in the playoffs this year. They're all hungry to grow and hungry to improve and hungry to be coached and hungry to win. And when you have three foundational players and your big three that have that mindset, have that mentality, and great things can happen.
Win and be coached. With a big three like Clark, Mitchell, and Boston, the Fever are building a foundation to compete for championships. Experts are buzzing about Clark's potential. She's projected to average over 23 points and 10 assists next season, numbers that could rewrite the WNBA record books. But this isn't just about stats. White is crafting a system tailored to Clark's strengths, asking her directly, "What do you want to improve on?" It's this kind of player-focused coaching that turns stars into legends. Clark has used the offseason to recharge, build chemistry with her teammates.
I'm not one of those coaches that is going to be set in her ways. Not one of those coaches that isn't, I'm willing to try new things.
And refine her game. White's fast-paced system is the perfect fit for Clark's dynamic style, setting her up for a breakout season that could shake up the league. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark becoming a better player, it's about creating something special for the Fever. Clark's hard work and commitment aren't for personal glory, they're about elevating her team. With White's leadership and a talented roster, the Fever are ready to make their mark. All eyes are on their season opener on May 17th against Chicago. That's when we'll see if the hype delivers and if Clark's next chapter will define a new era for the WNBA.
Caitlin is dedicated to the art of playing basketball. And you want to know why she didn't do Unrivaled? Do y'all really want to know why? Because of this footage right here. Caitlin knew more had to be done.
Have you seen Caitlin Clark's latest training video? It's not just another practice clip, it's a game changer. Clark is stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable than ever. Her arms are visibly bigger, her shots deadlier, and her moves smoother. This isn't just a workout, it's a statement. Clark 2.0 is here, and she's putting the league on notice. With her new strength, she's set to dominate in ways we haven't seen before. Try to box her in, and she'll open up the court like never before, dishing out assists with ease. And if you thought she was a scoring threat last